Hey everybody, welcome back. We are going to do another rewatch because you know what week it is? It's Star Trek week. So we are going to rewatch the 2009, I believe, reboot of Star Trek. Okay, so this I loved. I've always been more of a Star Wars guy than a Star Trek guy, as you know, but of course I loved, the Star Trek, the movies, the Next Generation, even like the classic series. I have all of that. I've seen most of it, but I've not done it all. But, still really enjoyed it. Of course, Abrams brought Star Wars to Star Trek, so of course I ended up loving that movie, and now he went on to make Star Wars and blah, 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 blah. But, look, it turned out to be an awesome movie. One of the first movies to reboot and remake without destroying any previous continuity and actually tying that previous continuity into the movie. And to me, that was always one of the genius bits about that film. That old Spock time traveled and screwed up the timeline and all that. And the Romulans, the overpowered Romulans from the future come back to times when they weren't ready to handle them and all that. So that was really cool. And then, it caused Kirk's dad to die early. And oh my God, that opening Kirk's dad scene, whew, if I remember correctly, and I do remember correctly, I've seen this movie many times and I'm looking forward to seeing it again now. But probably gonna order some pizza and really chow down and enjoy. And it's gonna be so much fun with Scotty and seeing the crew get put together and Bones injecting Kirk with the stuff to get him on the ship's gonna be fun. Re-seeing that Kobayashi Maru test sequence is gonna be awesome. The destruction of Vulcan, that should be pretty intense again. Seeing Kirk get, Spock to use his emotions and bring that out and everything. So, yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to rewatching this and the other one because I'm really, really looking forward to seeing the third one because part 2 is completely unmemorable. I'm mostly looking forward to seeing that just to refresh my memory of what the hell happened in that other than I am Khan. But, but then I'm looking forward to part 3 because it looks like they're going to get back on the right track. So, I guess I'm going to shut up and get to it and there's nothing else to do or say except let's watch. Okay, so that was pretty awesome. Yeah, I had to take a quick shower. I'm on my way out to karaoke and trying not to be late. But besides that, the movie, man, oh my God, that movie. I forgot about the music and how great that fucking music score is. And oh my God, that opening. I was tearing up watching that opening because it is just so powerful. And a pre-Thor, Chris Hemsworth is always pretty interesting. I'm pretty sure that was pre-Thor. But man, that whole opening is just so cool with, the Romulans showing up and Kirk, the manual, the autopilot not working, so he has to stay behind while his wife's giving labor and it's just like silence and music and just action chaos and whew, what a hell of an introduction into the reboot of Star Trek that was. And then, of course, we jump right to that scene, with the young Kirk and the still in the stepdad's car and everything. That was pretty awesome. And, like, just this, I almost hate to use this word swagger, but that swagger he had when the cop caught him. And the cop's like, what's your name? So I was like, James Tiberius Kirk. It's kind of a big FU right there. So I thought that was really sweet. And then, the whole bar fight thing was great and his charisma with Uhura and trying to get her first name. And then he's actually kicking the shit out of some of those Starfleet guys until, they all gang up on him. That great scene with Pike, in the bar, like, your father was captain of a starship for 5 minutes and he saved 200 and something lives. I dare you to do better, And then you have the little thing with Kirk, like, he shows up to go up to Starfleet. He's like, 4 years, huh? I'll do it in 3, which he does, so that was pretty sweet. The introduction to Bones, and Bones like, I may throw up on you, all that kind of stuff, and like his just fear of space is so cool. That's a great little touch. I know that was kind of there, but they really played that well in the movie, very, very well. Spock as a kid is always fascinating, the human mom and the Vulcan dad, and even the Vulcan dad can't really admit that he loves the human mom and all that, though he does, so that was pretty sweet. And they did a really good job casting with the Vulcan kids. Although I wonder about the Vulcan kid bullies. I mean, isn't it an emotional thing to want to elicit an emotional response from Spock? Or is it, I guess it's like a scientific experiment for them. I don't know, but still a pretty cool scene. They're all grown up. Oh my God, the Kobayashi Maru sequence. It's like, they're shooting us, Captain. What do we do? Man, it'll be fine. Prepare to receive all passengers. Do we fire back? No, it'll be fine. They're all like, what the fuck? And then, the system reboots and he beats it. And I love that whole argument that the test itself is a cheat. So the only way to beat it is to cheat back, which is actually kind of a great life lesson. So I love that he doesn't believe in the no-win scenario. And to a point, I try to live that philosophy as well. And, don't give up. Never give up. No retreat, no surrender. There's an 80s classic for you. But anyways, all that stuff is just fantastic. The design of the Enterprise is gorgeous. I actually love all the lens flare stuff. I think that stuff, it works for me in that universe. The Romulans are pretty intimidating villains just because they're so future tech and just so violent and brutal and everything. I really like the portrayal of Pike, you know, Captain Pike, Commander Pike, Admiral Pike, and all that. I love how, like I said before, you know, that Bones is injecting Kirk with all these things to get him on to the ship as everybody's going out there, and Sulu leaving the parking brake on, and how like nobody was really supposed to elevate to their positions that fast, but fate made that all happen for everybody. Like Uhura knew the dialects of the Romulans, so she got to be communications. Sulu's guy was actually sick, so he had to replace him, all that kind of stuff. Oh, Anton Yelchin, aww. But I loved him as Chekhov, especially when he gets so excited about being able to beam these guys as they're moving. Ooh, that drill sequence is so cool. Of course, you know, the red shirt dying is hilarious, but just the whole descent and everything and the fight on top of it, and Kirk's, you know, just shooting it and then diving off to save Sulu and everything. That was intense, man. The destruction of Vulcan is crazy and just some awesome effects. I just loved all of that. The tension, the relationship of Spock and Kirk and the way it unfolds over the movie is fantastic. I do like the Maroons planet sequence. It's maybe like the weakest sequence in there, but it is a really cool sequence. And of course, when he meets old Spock and just that joy on old Spock's face, like, I know you. You're Jim. You're young Jim. I have been and always will be your friend. I mean, oh, that's so gets you right in the feels, man. So I absolutely love that. It was interesting now that I've seen JJ do The Force Awakens, because I thought that whole monster chasing Kirk sequence, I guess I'm saying this backwards, but it was very reminiscent of the thing on Han Solo's smuggler ship and all those aliens that I can't think of what they are. Obviously, the Star Wars part came after, but you know, those two sequences had a very similar feel to them, so I thought that was kind of fascinating. I love the introduction of Scotty and his little alien pal cohort, so that's pretty sweet. And Spock is like, no, you worked, you figured it out. Here's what you figured out. You technically figured it out, so you can beam onto a ship that's in warp, which is awesome. I love that he got beamed into the water pipes and all that, so that was cool. But then the red shirt security guys come to capture Kirk, and like the guys like calls him Cupcake, like it's a throwback to the opening bar fight. But I'm like, there was 3 years between. Is he really still holding the grudge of waiting for that moment to say Cupcake? But I guess some people are. But that was a lot of fun. You know, and then the way he gets the emotional response out of Spock, and Spock's about to kill him, and thank God Spock's dad was there, because that might have gone horribly wrong if he hadn't been stopped. Uhura being kind of hurt by Kirk doing that, but, you know, it all works out in the end. And oh my God, what an awesome fight, you know, at the end. And I love the part when they're in the Romulan ship and like the bad guy has Kirk by the throat and everything. And he's like, look at you, human, you can't even speak. And he loosens his grip to here. And Kirk's like, I got your gun. Bam! that is one of those just awesome action movie lines that you just love. Like when it's well earned in a movie like it was in this, when that happens, you're just like, yeah! You know, so I remember being very, very jazzed about that. Oh man, let's see what else. I've pretty much covered the whole movie, and I'm doing it quick, but I am in a hurry, but also it's really awesome. As you can see, I am definitely geeking out about it. I do love the design of the uniforms. They kept the color schemes and everything. I like to see them play in those uniforms more. I think they do that in the second one. I don't remember. But then like the jumpsuits that are colorized, like when they're doing the jump down to the drill, that's a little weird that those would be the same colors they're supposed to be wearing, but whatever, I'll let that fly. Scotty being so excited about the teleportation thing he pulled off once he was on the Enterprise and everything. Oh, and like the tense thing with Scotty when he's first on the ship, he's like, I like this ship, lots of drama or something, whatever he said. Like that was just awesome Simon Pegg, and why you want to put Simon Pegg in a movie like this, so that was fantastic. Oh yeah, God, I love that they actually use the red matter ship and everything to destroy Nero's ship. But not only that, but they get back to the bridge, and Kirk and Spock, and Kirk's like, hey, you know, we sense you're in trouble. We'll gladly, we'll arrange safe passage for you and your crew off that dying ship so you can all live, you know? And Spock is like, not this time, Captain. I know that's what we're supposed to do, but come on, man. But of course, Nero's like, I would never, I will, da da da. And Kirk's like, okay, fine, shoot everything we got. Bam! So that was really, really neat. And again, I love this idea that everything that happened did happen and still happened, but you know, we've jumped back in time with them and seeing it go on this other path. So that's really cool. And of course they play into that in the second one. So I'm anxious to see how well that actually played out, because I don't really remember, but yeah, good stuff, man, just good stuff. And of course, you know, Pike is now Admiral, and Kirk gets the captainship, captain the ship, and Spock is now his first officer, all that stuff. Bones, love the way he says Bones. You know, he got some great Kirkisms in there, some Shatnerisms, some Bones, and some Spock. You know, so that was pretty freaking sweet. And of course they had the Scotty line get in there. I'm giving her all she's got, Captain. So that was pretty sweet. And, you know, then they dump the warp coils to cause an explosion, pushing them away. All that stuff was just awesome. Visuals are gorgeous, music was fantastic, editing, performance, design, costumes, effects, just everything about that movie for me is just pitch perfect. You know, I mean, I would really have to nitpick if I was gonna find anything that, you know, I didn't like about it, and I don't know that I could. So very, very good time. Very excited I rewatched it. Anxious to rewatch part 2. Really anxious to see part 3 this weekend. So, but other than that, guys, let me hear it. What's your favorite parts? Do you love this movie? How much do you love it? You know, who is your favorite in this? Let's just geek out about it, because it's Star Trek week and we're gonna geek out all over that sci-fi goodness. So let me hear it in the comments. Other than that, thumbs up of encouragement is always encouraging. You can subscribe if you're new here. We do all kinds of nerdy, geeky stuff every single day on the Eric Butts channel. And of course, share with your friends so we can all geek out and nerd out together, because it's a good time to do it, ain't it? All right, other than that, as I like to say, link to Patreon is in the bottom. If you love this channel, you want more, you're not getting enough, you want to help see it grow, you want to support, whatever, just take a look at it. I'm not pressuring anybody, just want to make sure you know it's out there if you want it. So, cool. All right, guys, well, I gotta go sing some karaoke. It's Gender Bender night. I'm trying to figure out like a lady song to sing. I'm thinking maybe I might try Hands to Myself by Selena Gomez. I don't know. Anyways, all right, guys, I'm getting out of here, and I will see you all later.